There's an old story I'm sure you're familiar with. There's an old man, he's a farmer, and he has this goose. And one day, while he's with the goose and he's collecting the eggs, he finds, wow, one of them is made out of gold. This poor man who has never seen wealth like this before in his life, all of a sudden has a goose that produces golden eggs. So he's super excited. He starts collecting them and sharing them with people, making lots of money. And he starts to get impatient. He starts waiting by the goose every single day. When is the next golden egg gonna come? He gets impatient. He wants the next egg now. So he thinks, if I kill this goose, I could just get all the eggs from inside of it now, and I don't have to wait anymore. He kills the goose. There's no golden eggs inside of it. And now his golden egg making machine is dead. No more golden eggs, no more wealth. His whole reputation in that realm is over. So that goose, putting it into perspective of your life, I'm pretty sure you know where I'm going with this. Right now, I'm going through this book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And this is where I kind of heard this whole concept of production and production capability. Production being the golden egg and the production capability being the goose. Now, this can be put into aspect of all of areas of your life. Let's think studying. Now, your golden egg that you want to achieve through studying is to get a good grade, A+ on the test. So you push yourself. You're pushing yourself to study overtime. You're staying up overnight to do that. You're not eating. You're not sleeping. You're putting all your energy into getting this outcome. That by the time you get to the test, your machine, your mind, your body is so run out that there's no production at the end of the day. You're way too infatuated in the material of the golden goose, the golden eggs, that you completely neglect the entire machine that's bringing you that product. Now, if we go to the production capability, you can become too obsessed with that too. Now, I'll explain later why we're trying to find a balance of this, but putting too much emphasis on the capability of production, let's talk about a relationship with a child. You're wanting the child to clean up their toys, but at the same time, you don't want to ruin your relationship with them. If you're putting way too much emphasis and attention onto the capability of, the production of happiness, which the happiness you're trying to get from a cleaned up toy room, you're putting that towards a child that's happy, that you end up not getting any eggs whatsoever. You're petting the goose too much. You're saying, you know what, do this on your own time. Like, I don't need to do anything. You just do it when you're ready. And while, of course, that's great, there needs to be an aspect of there has to be an aspect of pushing the goose to get the eggs, of course. And if you're just letting it run around willy-nilly and just drop its eggs everywhere, how are you going to get the collection of those? So finding a balance between collecting the eggs and taking care of the goose. Now, when I'm talking about taking care of the goose, this can go into many different ways. Now, a healthy goose over time is going to lay way more golden eggs than a broken one ever could. When you kill that goose and you're just trying to get them all right now, you're not going to get any more. So first of all, I'd like to talk about patience. When you have a goose that has, you know what, you're the goose. You have production capability. You have something inside of you. You have a passion. You have projects that you want to work on. You need to take care of yourself in order for yourself to be able to make the eggs. When you're way too focused on your work, you're way too focused on the results, you become way too attached to the outcomes. That's where it becomes a big problem. Because in order to even make the eggs, the golden eggs, the bird has to be healthy. If your bird is sick, if it's not sleeping properly, not eating properly, if it's not fueling its brain with the right information, the eggs are going to be spoiled. They're not going to be golden at all whatsoever. So investing into yourself. Now, there's multiple different ways depending on what you're working towards in your life, but let's say you're an owner of a business or a manager and you're trying to make sure that your team is being productive. When you have a team that, of course, you're wanting to get the results that you want to get the profits, you want to make everything effective and utilization being correctly, you are looking for the golden egg there. While, of course, this is your team. You need to make sure that your team is feeling the same way that you want your customers to feel. Now, a lot of this I'm taking from this book. I'm about this much through. I think that's a little bit under 70 pages, a little over 70 pages there. But if you're wanting the results of a good, happy work environment and a team that produces good teamwork, you need to be putting that first into your team. You can't expect just through whipping them on the back and telling them to push harder that you're going to get that results. Are you going to tell your customers just buy it? Just make yourself want it more. No, you don't tell your customers that. Why would you tell your employees that are loyal to you, that you want to be loyal to you, to just push harder? You need to create a nurturing environment. And that goes for all relationships. If you want someone in your life to have a better relationship with them, rather than just looking for the product of the better relationship, look at the actual health of the relationship. Look at the input that you're putting in and become detached to the output. Because at the end of the day, if the bird, quote unquote, bird, but meaning relationship, isn't a bird that's going to bring you golden eggs, it's only going to bring you rotten ones, then you'll find that out shortly. But if you've been feeling like, as of lately, what you're getting out of what you're putting your time and effort into, feeding the goose, sleeping the goose, making sure that it's being taken care of, you need to, first of all, become detached from the outcome. Because once you become outcome independent, that's where the magic happens. Because you can't control the amount, the time it takes for something to come. You can't control the money that'll come in, the results that'll come in, but you can always control the input that you're putting in. So right now, kind of what I want you to take from this is, if you're working towards something that you're putting so much time and effort into, you're burning yourself out, think of yourself as a machine. If you are pushing yourself after hours, you're not maintaining, you're not changing the oil, you're not changing the tires, you're not giving yourself the right amount of fuel, then you're not going to be running for very long. So don't feel bad for taking breaks. Don't feel bad for taking time to recoup. I find that sometimes when I'm on a roll, I'm producing a lot of golden eggs, like right after back. Wow, I just got paid. Wow, I just got this progress. I just got this PR. Wow, I just finished this book. I just learned this course. Back after back. While these achievements and these golden eggs are amazing, if I just keep chasing the outcome, my goose is gonna die. And you need to take care of your goose. And this is a book that like I mentioned, I've been loving this book so much so far. This is my first time reading this, but I think I'm just keep talking about books that I've been enjoying lately and kind of rewording it into my form and just let God speak to me through that. But if you've been slowing down a little bit lately, if you've been becoming like taking, you know what, I'm just thinking about the work culture in America, and it's always just go. What's next? What's the next result we're gonna get? What's the next thing that we can produce? It's always fast. And what I find, what I've learned about production and production capability is, production is the short term. Okay, we got this now. But production capability is the long term. So when, of course, right now you're receiving the paycheck, and you're getting it now, you're getting the results, the PR, because you started doing steroids or something like that. You got to look at the capability of the production. If you're getting instant results of, you're taking steroids and all of a sudden you're benching 225 after last week only being able to bench 100, the capability of your production is going to tank, because the side effects of instant gratification is going to overrun the capability for the future. Your hormones are gonna be cooked. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I don't know too much about steroids, but I know enough that it's probably not a great idea to stay on that stuff for a long time. Your hair is gonna disappear. You're gonna lose your confidence, and in a lot of ways, you can be cooked. So the balance between instant gratification and long-term gratification, that's kind of what I got from the Golden Goose story there. And obviously this can be interpreted however you want. Don't always be chasing just productivity while ignoring your mental health. that's also something that I got from that. While, of course, you're wanting to get the results from something like that, if, of course, you're getting the results, but other areas of your life are tanking, then something isn't right. There isn't a balance there. So what I find has helped me lately, while, of course, checking the boxes, making sure that I'm being productive, getting the golden eggs, is to doing it at a pace that I'm not stressed out. Of course, I'm not going like, oh, I'll just read one page today and I'll do 2 push-ups. Like, yeah, that's pushing you forward. It's better than reading half a page. It's better than reading or doing 1 push-up. You're pushing yourself forward, but you got to find the balance. You're not pushing yourself so hard that you're literally gasping for air, and you push yourself so hard that the next day you can't even do anything, but it's not so little that nothing is happening. The needle's not moving. So yeah, find what you're doing in life and put that into perspective with the golden goose story that I told there, and I hope you have a great day.